Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going on a little trip to the future. But don't worry, you won't need a time machine. All you need is a powerful little tool in English grammar called the future perfect tense. It sounds a bit complicated, right? Future perfect. But I promise you by the end of this video, you'll be using it like a pro. It's one of those tenses that can really make your English sound more natural and sophisticated. So, if you're ready to level up your grammar skills, stick around. First things first, what exactly is the future perfect tense? Simply put, we use it to talk about an action that will be completed before a specific point in the future. Think of it as looking back from a future moment. Imagine it's Monday, and you're talking about Friday. You could say, by Friday, I will have finished my project. See what we did there? We jumped forward to Friday and looked back at the completed project. The action of finishing happens sometime between now and Friday, but the key is that it's done by that future time. The formula for this is actually quite simple. It's always will plus have plus the past participle of the main verb. Let's break that down. Will signals the future. Have is the auxiliary verb that helps create the perfect aspect. And the past participle is that third form of the verb, like seen, done, eaten, or finished. It doesn't matter if the subject is I, you, he, she, or they. The formula stays exactly the same. He will have finished. They will have finished. Easy, right? No need to worry about adding an S or changing the verb form for different subjects. Let's look at a few more examples to really get the hang of it. Imagine you're planning a long flight. You could tell your friend, by the time we land in Tokyo, I will have watched 3 movies. The future point is landing in Tokyo. The completed action is watching the movies. Or maybe you're saving money for a new phone. You might think to yourself, by next month, I will have saved enough money. The future point is next month, and the completed action is saving enough money. It is all about setting a deadline in the future and talking about something being finished before that deadline arrives. Now, a really common way we use the future perfect is with time expressions starting with by. Words and phrases like by tomorrow, by next week, by 8 o'clock, or by the time are huge clues that you might need to use this tense. For example, she will have graduated by 2025. Or, by the time you get home, I will have cooked dinner. This by phrase is your anchor in the future. It sets the scene for the action that has already been completed from that future perspective. This is a super useful structure for making plans and talking about deadlines, both in your personal life and in a professional setting. It makes you sound organized and clear about your intentions. So, how is this different from the simple future? Like, I will finish? That's a great question. The simple future, I will finish my report, just tells us that the action will happen sometime in the future. We don't know when. It's a general statement, but the future perfect, I will have finished my report by 5 p.m., is much more specific. It emphasizes that the action is complete before that 5 p.m. deadline. It's about completion, not just occurrence. Think of it this way. I will cook dinner is a promise. I will have cooked dinner by the time you get home is a promise of a completed task waiting for someone. It adds a layer of precision. Let's practice a bit. How would you change this sentence from simple future to future perfect? The sentence is, they will build the new bridge. Let's add a future deadline, by next year. So how do we say it? We take our formula, will plus have plus past participle. The past participle of build is built, so the sentence becomes, they will have built the new bridge by next year. Perfect. Let's try another one. She will read the book. Let's use the deadline by the time the movie comes out. What's the past participle of read? It's spelled the same, but we pronounce it read. So, she will have read the book by the time the movie comes out. You're getting it. Now, what about negative sentences and questions? It's just as easy. For negatives, we just add not after will. So, will not have, or the contraction won't have. For example, he won't have finished his homework by dinner time. Or, I'm sorry, but we will not have completed the repairs by Friday. It follows the same logic. the action will not be complete by that future point. And for questions, we just invert the subject and will. So the question starts with will. For example, will you have eaten by the time I pick you up? The answer could be, yes, I will have, or no, I won't have. Another example, will. They have arrived by 10 p.m. It's a great way to ask about the status of a future completed action, so you can see the structure is very consistent, which is great news for learners. Let's put it all together in a real-world scenario. Imagine you're managing a team project. You could say, okay team, our deadline is the end of the month. By that time, Sarah will have designed the user interface, Tom will have written all the code, and I will have prepared the final presentation. Will you have finished the testing by the 25th? We need to be sure we won't have left any bugs in the system. Using the future perfect here makes the timeline and the expectations incredibly clear for everyone involved. It shows who is responsible for what and when each part of the project will be completed. So, to recap, the future perfect is your tool for talking about actions that will be finished before a specific time in the future. The magic formula is will plus have plus past participle. We often use it with time expressions like by Friday or by the time you arrive. It adds precision and a sense of completion that the simple future doesn't have. While it might feel a bit strange at first, practicing with it will make it feel natural in no time. Try to create your own sentences. Think about your plans for next week or next year. What will you have accomplished? For example, by this time next year, I will have improved my English significantly. That's a great goal to have. Thank you so much for joining me today to explore the future perfect tense. I hope this lesson was helpful and made things a lot clearer. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more English grammar lessons. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you won't miss the next video. Keep practicing and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.